This is a historic day here at the Supreme Court. Oral arguments are underway here behind me. And this is history in the making because it's the first time the Supreme Court is going to be deciding on the lives of the undocumented community on a national scale.
The stakes in this case are high.
The mighty, mighty people!
Up to 5 million people could be protected from deportation through DAPA and expanded DACA. But only if the Supreme Court rules in favor of the president's executive actions on immigration.
We come today because we understand that this country was built upon immigrants.
What do we want?
Families like 20-year-old Laura Padillas are counting on this decision.
I'm the only U.S. citizen in my family.
We met up with her on these very steps the day before.
And you're going to Georgetown University.
Yeah.
You actually passed by this building, the Supreme Court, on your way to school.
It's my backyard.
So how do you feel when you pass by this building, knowing what's at stake here?
It's incredible knowing that I'm in the nation's capital and I'm living where everything is being decided for everyone in this country.
Laura's family came to the U.S. from Mexico 20 years ago. Her siblings are currently protected through DACA. Laura's mom and dad are both eligible for DAPA. Under this, undocumented parents with children who are either legal permanent residents or U.S. citizens can stay in this country.
My dad drives in fear every day going to work. My mom shies away every time she goes, even to the doctor. I think a lot of American citizens don't really understand the type of situation that I'm in and lots of people are in. I know a lot of my friends are also mixed status.
My parents are the reason why I have been able to realize my dreams.
Laura and her friends are all part of a group on campus fighting for immigrant rights.
Just to get a sense of the room, how many of you guys here are U.S. citizens? How many of you consider immigration your top issue when you go to the ballot box in November?
Both of my parents are, to this day, undocumented immigrants from Michoacan, Mexico. I did have the personal experience of having my father deported when I was in 6th grade.
When our parents decided to come to this country, they came because they didn't have any other opportunity. They didn't have another option.
We are the dreamers! We are the dreamers! Mighty, mighty dreamers! Mighty, mighty dreamers!
I'm thinking about my family today.
Is anybody else thinking about their families today?
Yes!
I voted for my mom. I voted for your family, for your mom, for your future.
Yeah!
Because that's our duty as young Latinos, to go out and vote.
My siblings have political conversations with me every day. They tell me that I'm voting for all 7 of us since I'm the only United States citizen.
How will what happens at the Supreme Court and then what happens in June affect how Latinos vote in November?
I think despite what happens with the Supreme Court case, Latinos are keeping an eye out for immigration because even if DAPA does pass, if a Republican candidate wins, then there's still a chance that DAPA will be revoked. There's still a chance that even DACA will be revoked.
Chairman Becerra, you just came out of the Supreme Court. What are your impressions?
Intense debate. Clearly, there's some people who take a very rigid position on this.
This lawsuit against the Obama administration was brought about by 26 Republican governors. How do you think Latino voters will react when they go to the polls?
We love to say in Spanish, dime con quién andas y te diré quién eres. Well, there are 26 governors who don't want to walk with us. And I think people will remember that.
Hello, my name is Sophie Cruz. I am 6 years old. I am American citizen. I ask the judges to protect us children and all immigrants.
Sophie Cruz and journalist activist Jose Antonio Vargas were also inside the Supreme Court.
How can it be lawful for undocumented workers to work here, pay taxes, pay Social Security, and yet not be legally here?
The Supreme Court is expected to make an announcement in June. Until then, Laura and her friends say they're waiting with hope.
What comes after this?
I think at the end of the day, we made our voices heard. We're going to keep fighting for more because this isn't comprehensive immigration reform.
It was really emotional for me to see so many youth here today because it reminded me of how much I've had to represent my family. So many youth were here today because we are the voices of our families.